Hi, everyone. Today, let's see who is here. Colette. I'll give it just one moment for Colette to join.
Welcome, Colette.
So today's workshop is on essay structure. Essay structure is important for us to cover and to discuss because whoever is reading your essay needs to be able to follow along, and your essay needs to be clear and coherent. And so having a strong essay structure will allow for your narrative to be told in a clear way. So we have an icebreaker, but only Colette is here with us. So Colette, if you're able to speak with your microphone, can you say hi? Okay, no worries. So I'm just going to keep going through the presentation. And so what is a transition word? So a transition word is a word that connects words that connect ideas in a sentence or phrase. We need transition words to help us connect these words in our sentences and phrases, allow us to expand the points that we're making. Some examples of transition words, I'll read them aloud for us. Firstly, first, secondly, second, finally, previously, after, before, above all, despite, nevertheless, alternatively, while, furthermore, because, in addition / additionally, but, however, therefore, as a result, so, not only, but also, in particular. Part of the icebreaker, Colette, if you're able to work with us and those who are watching the recording, take a moment to fill in the blanks with the correct answers. You're going to take the transition words listed above and match them. One or two may fit in each sentence, and we'll go over the correct answers. And so I'll read the first sentence aloud, and then I'll allow you time to fill this in. I want to study medicine. I enjoy biology and anatomy. Number two, I wish to contribute my skills to the mission of the university, and I hope to grow as an individual. And number three, my grandmother paid my school fees, her financial difficulties. I will give you all space to complete this.
Colette, feel free to write in the chat if you're not able to speak. We can still see your answers. I think she's having tech issues maybe, so we can just carry on and yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So the correct answers should be, I want to study medicine because I enjoy biology and anatomy. Number two, I wish to contribute my skills to the mission of the university. And furthermore, I hope to grow as an individual. You could also use in addition, additionally. And number three, my grandmother paid my school fees despite her financial difficulties. I will also allow you all time to write your own original sentence with a transition word. The sentence can be related to college, to skills, to experiences you had. Just use and include one of these transition words. Okay, so we're going to move on from transition words. Remember, when we write our essays, we should include those when we're connecting our ideas. Hi, Colette. I see you in the chat. So basic essay structure usually follows this pattern: an introduction paragraph, your body paragraphs, and your conclusion paragraph. No worries. You can reply and join us as we go throughout the presentation, Colette. What is an introduction paragraph? Can you help us out with this question? Feel free to type your response. Any answer is welcome. I'll keep us moving, but I want to get your help for the next question. An introduction paragraph is the opening paragraph of an essay. So it introduces the main idea and the purpose of your essay. The first sentence, and I'll also add the first few sentences, can be used to draw the reader's attention. Remember, this is the very first thing that whoever is reading your essay will get to read about you. And so your introduction paragraph is an opportunity to really draw in the attention of the reader. So last week we looked at an example essay, and I pulled up pieces of that essay once again. And this specifically right here is the introduction to that essay we looked at last week. Colette, are you able to speak? I know it says you're connecting to the audio. I will read this introduction out loud, and then we'll move on to the next parts of the essay. If you told me that I would be playing a sport called squash at 11 years old, I would call you crazy. But in 7th grade, I was at a new school 10 times bigger than my last one. I felt like a little fish in a big pond. I was quiet, withdrawn, and very introverted. A lot of the time, I stayed where I was comfortable. This here is a strong introduction paragraph. I'll let you all think about the reasons as to why. But what comes to mind for me is that the first paragraph is engaging, and it leaves me interested in the reader's experience, particularly because they define something as crazy or uncomfortable. Okay, we have someone else joining us in our session today. Welcome, Emmanuel. Welcome. So today we're discussing essay structure, and right now we're working through the different parts of an essay. We just discussed the introduction, and so now we're looking at the body paragraphs. A body paragraph, or your body paragraphs, detail your main ideas. So it is this opportunity for you to go into detail about the main ideas that you're trying to convey in your essay. On the screen, I have a continuation of that essay that we read last week, and this is an example of the body paragraphs. Colette, you're saying you're not hearing anything. Faithful, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I hear you just fine.
Okay. Sorry, Colette, I'm not
maybe
sure.
Try your audio, checking your audio, or if you're muted or something like that. Or log out and log back in.
So on the screen is a body paragraph example. Can I have someone from World Mission help to read aloud this paragraph, these paragraphs for me?
Okay, thank you.
What's your name, by the way?
My name is Emmanuel.
Thank you, Emmanuel.
During the first week of school, a group of people visited the school and they introduced themselves as squash busters. At that time, I'd only heard of squash once before, but I didn't really know what it was. Because the program combined the sport of squash with academic support, mentoring, and service opportunities, I decided to sign up. It has been 6 years and this program has made a monumental difference in my life. Being a part of Squash Busters is a program that really pushed me out of my shell to the point where I've grown accustomed to challenging myself. In Squash Busters, they tell us to push ourselves past our limits on the squash courts, but that mindset has transferred to other areas of my life as well. From team trips and tournaments to cringy karaoke moments and participating in eccentric traditions like our annual Squash Busters Olympics, my comfort zone has steadily grown larger. My peers brought out a side of me I didn't even know existed. I haven't transformed completely from sorry, I haven't transformed completely from introvert to extrovert, but I've become more social as the years go by.
Great, thank you. So this is an example of body paragraphs that are used to really flesh out the details of the main ideas of the person's college essay. So the final aspect of your essay structure is going to be your conclusion. What is a conclusion paragraph? Well, a conclusion paragraph is a paragraph that simply concludes your essay. You use the space as an opportunity to wrap everything together. Finally, we have the conclusion paragraph of the essay example. Can I get another reader? Emmanuel, feel free to read next again.
Sorry, did you tell me to read again?
Is there anyone else with you?
No, I'm alone. I'm alone here.
Okay, can you read out the next paragraph for us?
Yes, please. At Hopkins, I want to do something similar. I want to try new things and embrace the campus traditions. Even though I will develop intellectually from the many academic classes and clubs or activities offered on campus, I feel as though a true community is birthed from exploring beyond what one's used to. From traditions like Blue Jay Opening Day and the Spring Fair to the many world-changing clubs like the Amnesty International Club and the Foreign Affairs Symposium, the different ways to be involved in the Hopkins community is limitless and invigorating, and I can't wait to be a part of the Hopkins family.
Thank you for reading that out loud. So this conclusion paragraph uses one way to conclude the final essay. This author, the student, ties their experience back to what they would like to do at Johns Hopkins, the university that they are applying to. And so you're able to take your own conclusion paragraph and conclude and wrap up everything that you wanted to say in your essay, just as this student did here. So as many of you know, one of the application process or portals that you may use to apply to US universities is the Common App. The Common App allows you to apply to multiple universities with the same application. There are many different prompts, and some of you have probably seen these prompts before. I will go through and read the prompts out loud to you. One of the prompts and the options for you to choose to write your essay topic on is Some students have a background, identity, interest, or talent that is meaningful. They believe their application would be incomplete without. If this sounds like you, then please share your story. The next prompt, the lessons we take from obstacles we encounter can be fundamental to later success. Recount a time when you faced a challenge, a setback, or failure. How did it affect you and what did you learn from this experience? The next prompt, reflect on a time when you questioned or challenged a belief or idea. What prompted you to your thinking? What was the outcome? The next one, reflect on something that someone has done for you that has made you happy or thankful in a surprising way. How has this gratitude affected or motivated you? The next one, discuss an accomplishment, event, or realization that sparked a period of personal growth and a new understanding of yourself and others. The next topic, describe a topic, idea, or concept you find engaging that it makes you lose all track of time. Why does it captivate you? What or who do you turn to when you want to learn more? And then finally, the last prompt option is to share an essay on any topic of your choice. It can be one you've already written or one that responds to a different prompt or one of your own design. So with these prompts in mind, I want you to take the time to brainstorm an essay topic that you would like to write on. Give an example of a time in which the essay topic relates to something that has happened to you. And then furthermore, add details such as what happened, what did you do, and what did you learn? So I'm going to give you an example of one that I filled out. So an example, I chose the topic, reflect on a time when you challenged or questioned a belief or idea. What prompted your thinking? What was the outcome? So for me, one of my examples is when I was doing household chores. So the details, what happened? My mother assigned all of the household chores to my sister and I while my brothers played outside. What did I do? I shared my opinions with my mother and explained the value of all children doing the chores, not just the girls. What did I learn? I learned that in order to see a change, I must speak my mind and respectfully argue for the advantages of my suggestion. So simply as that, you're going to take the prompt that you would like to answer. You're going to give a broad title of the example that this has happened to you, and then with more details, explain. This exercise is brainstorming, so it's supposed to allow you to think through your ideas. So you're going to, for this activity, brainstorm by choosing one of these topics. Please just choose one. It's going to take you so long if you decide to do multiple. So you're going to choose one and you're going to stick with it. And then you're going to write the essay topic in one box. Then you're going to pick an example of a time that's happened to you and then go into details. I'm going to give you all 20 minutes to complete this activity. So those of you who are watching this as a recording, please try to do it within 20 minutes. It does not have to be perfect. This is just an exercise for you to write. Are there any questions? Okay, if there are no questions, you may begin. Now, if you have already written your essay, don't be nervous, don't be scared. You can do this in reverse. And sometimes it's helpful to write brainstorming or outlines in reverse because you can see if you have followed a structure in your essay. So if you've already written your essay, I want you to reread your essay and then fill out all of these boxes to follow along. If you have not, perfect, you can start from scratch. So I'll give you 20 minutes starting now. So some of you may have had the chance to write down this activity. For those of you who are on the call, I know Salvi, you just joined, but Emmanuel, would you be able to share what you chose as your essay topic, your example, and some of your details?
Thank you so much. Okay, I chose to go with this point. Sorry, let me see. Oh yeah, number 5. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me make sure that people hear us. Okay, thank you. I chose to go with the 5th point, like something like an accomplishment or event or a realization that sparked a period of personal growth and a new understanding of myself. This was back in 2019 to 2020 when I started writing. I wanted to be a screenwriter, a good screenwriter, but my family couldn't understand me, so they didn't support me, they didn't help me. I was living with my sister and her husband, and they could always be calling my phone. Like my phone was always ringing, and this was from a family member. They were telling me like, come back home. You're not going to be successful with the writing. It's not going to be anything of value. It's not going to give you life that you need. And I really had in myself this kind of feeling that I was one day going to be successful. But this just happened, like they didn't want to talk to me, like they didn't want to support me. And I loved my family. I really loved my family, but I also valued my talent. Like I felt like I have something in me that the world needed to see. So what I did, I said, let me not talk to them. Let me hold the communication, and we will not be talking maybe for a time. And they would call me on the phone and I would not pick them up. I would only tell my brother-in-law, like, please talk to them, tell them I'm busy, I'm not here, I'm at school, I'm somewhere. So they could not talk to me directly. And after some time, I was like hired by that company, and I signed the contract with them, and I started working with them as a contract writer. And what I learned is this: while you are fighting your battles, you can never expect that all people, let alone your family members, are going to be on your side. Okay, like you have to go with what you believe is true. You have to go with what you really feel. Like I was reading a book by Donald Trump, which is called The Art of the Deal, and he was talking about the deal that he wanted to make, but sometime he just woke up and said, you know what, I'm not going to go with this deal. And when the deal went on, it failed. And he said, like, you always have to go with your guts. So I also feel that I learned that, I experienced that, I experienced that while you're fighting your battles, while you're working for something, you have to go with what you believe. And secondly, I learned that it is true that while you're working for something, while you are trying to improve yourself, to improve your life, you do not have to leave to lose what you already have. Okay, like I had my family. The reason why I didn't talk to them is because I never wanted to lose them. So I tried to keep my family, to keep my family. I tried to satisfy my guts, my feelings, and I tried to keep my job also. So that is the time that I knew, like, Amy, now you're a grown up. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And I'm sure your peers will be inspired by hearing your story. You emphasized the way that you thought, the things that you did, what you learned, and that's the most important aspect. and whoever reads your essay will understand that when you convey that voice through. So thank you so much for sharing. That was really inspiring and really interesting and engaging. So the next activity is one you're going to do on your own in your own free time. You're going to take the brainstorming that you did, and this is for everyone. Everyone, you'll take your brainstorming and you're going to start to write an outline. Now, sometimes people don't write with an outline, they just free write. But an outline helps you structure your essay and maintain structure so that as you're writing, you're keeping your thoughts organized. And so a common outline is to start with the introduction. Under the introduction, you're going to tell us the things that you would like to say. It doesn't have to be the introduction completely, just the things that you would say for the introduction, the main ideas. Then you're going to have the body section. You do not have to do 1, 2, 3 paragraphs, but usually it's easier to tell your essay in a 3-paragraph form for your body. And so for this space, I want you to give 3 main ideas in your body paragraph, and you're just going to share that there. Remember, you're not writing your essay, just the things that you would like to say so that you keep your thoughts organized. And then finally, you're going to have your conclusion, and you're going to write down what you would like to say in your conclusion without fully writing that out. So in your own free time, and what I would like you to do is to send this back to me, fill in this sample essay outline. Tell me what you would like to talk about in your introduction, in your body, and your conclusion paragraphs. In this moment right now, I would like you to copy this format: introduction, body, conclusion, and you're going to share this back to me within the week. Are there any questions?
I think before even there are questions, I would like to recommend that assignments be turned in by Sunday night, because then it actually gives time for Lauren to go through them. Otherwise, we've been receiving assignments from last week today, like just a few minutes before today's class, and that definitely won't give us time to go through those. So please be sending your assignments as a Google Doc and add me and Lauren to it to be able to edit and leave comments and suggestions. But make sure the assignment is due to us by Sunday night. And we'll definitely reiterate that in email.
Okay, so I'm going to copy this activity into the email, as well as the assignment details such as the due date, and to reassure that you all send it to both Faithful and I on a Google Doc. If there are no more questions, thank you for participating today in the workshop. For those of you who are listening to the recording, thank you for listening, and please feel free to continue to engage with us. Everyone else, if there are no more questions, we're going to give this time to close the session. Just give me one moment and I will stop sharing the screen. Okay.
Thank you so much, Lauren. Thank you, Emmanuel and Colette, for joining us. I know many of your peers were not able to join because they have exams, so we are happy that you guys could make it. Okay, have a good one. I'm going to end the session.